Okay, this is going to be a tutorial on how to change the Keeler old style non-slimline plastic housing cowling that breaks. The symptoms are that your headband will no longer charge. The light will just blink off and on or not come on at all because it's not making contact anymore. I'm going to show you what happens, and I'm going to tell you and show you how to replace it. I'll put the part number in the description in the video. Basically what happens is, if you look at these plastic tabs right here, plastic tab right here on this side, and a plastic tab over here on this side, they break and have no pressure anymore. As you can always tell that they break because you'll see a hairline crack right here at the top where they mount onto, and they're very, very loose. This should be very strong and be out here with pressure. So when you put the headband in, it provides pressure and contacts on these contact points here. Actually, it's down here. You can see that, and over here. That's how it charges. So it's these things that break, these little tabs that break, and you can tell by and they're very, very loose, as you can see, very loose in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to change this. Again, I'll put the part number in the description. So if it's on the wall, which 95% of them are mounted on the wall, some are just sitting on the desk, but if you're mounted on the wall, you have to take it off the wall. So the first thing you want to do is unplug your power connector right over here on the left hand side. Pull that out completely, set it aside, and then if you look right here, this is where the two screws will be that mounted on the wall. One right here and one right here. So you're going to have to remove those two screws. Once you remove those two screws from the wall, then you'll be able to have the entire thing available for you. So you're going to flip it upside down, and you're going to see there's 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to remove those screws first. So I'm going to do that. We're going to quickly remove these 4 screws and keep these screws separate because they're different than the other screws that hold the circuit board inside. So make sure you keep these 4 screws separated. And these will loosen all these up. Like this. And we'll keep them out of the way. So you have them. And then once you get it out of there, this will separate. Like this. Take the bottom part, the bottom part, and just set it down. Now you're going to see you're going to have the unit with the circuit board. Now this circuit board has 4 contact points on it. One here, one here, one here, and one here. They go through little holes on this new cowling that you're going to buy. Plastic housing cowling. So you have to remove this circuit board. Held on with 5 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These screws are different than the screws you just took out. So don't mix them up. So you're going to remove these 5 screws. I'll do it quickly here so I don't bore you. Same screwdriver will work. Small size screwdriver, medium size. I think it's a number 1 Phillips actually. Number 2 will be too big. And this screwdriver, I'm lucky, it's magnetized, so it holds the screw on there. So now I'm going to show you this. Once you remove all 5 of these screws, you have to release this circuit board from the plastic housing. So you're going to pull straight out on it. And as we do that, you'll see those spring pieces. Right there is one, right there is the other. Go through those holes, and I'll show you where they are at. So you can see these 4 spring pieces right here. These are the contacts that charge the battery, and that's the circuit board that does it. So you're going to put that aside for now, and then you can see in here where they were. There's where the first spring, the second spring, the third spring and the fourth spring go through those holes. So when you get your new cowling plastic housing, you're going to have to put the circuit board and align those contacts through those holes. Make sure they're in on all four before you push the circuit board down and screw it back down. As you can see, this is what breaks. Now you can really see how loose these are and broken. You should be all the way up here with pressure, and you can see how broken that is. Same thing with this one. Generally they both break at about the same time. Okay? It's after years of use, putting them in and putting them out, and they break. Now if it was me designing it, I would have designed it differently. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, so I'm going to put this back here. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take your new cowling. No, I don't have a new cowling, but we'll pretend that this is a new cowling. You're going to take your new cowling, which I think is about $60 or $70. Again, I'll put the part number in the video here. Okay, so you're going to take your new cowling, and you're going to take your circuit board. Now, you know your circuit board doesn't go in like this, because you know these things have to go in. And you can tell you're going to put it doesn't go in like this, because this curved piece here has to match this curved radius here. Here and here. So, I'm going to carefully put these two prongs, contacts, in those holes on this side. And then we're going to carefully make sure that these go in on this side into the holes. Once they're all in the holes, then the circuit board will just go right down flush against its mounting points like that. Then we reverse the procedure that we just did. Now some videos stop, but I'm not going to stop. So we're going to put all 5 of these screws, because I know how you love my voice, so nice and boring. So we're going to put your 5 screws back in here and tighten them down. And doesn't matter which way you do it, makes no difference. I don't tighten them all the way down at once though. Leave them a little loose so you have to move it around a little bit to guide it in. Just drop that one. That right back in there. Okay, try it one more time. Screw it down. And the last one of the 5 is going to go right in here. And we'll screw that down tight. So now that is down. As you can see, these maybe you can't. That contact right there is through that hole. That one is through that hole. And the other ones are up here for the other ones. Right there and there, and right there and there for the spare battery. The bottom 2 do the headband. The top one does the spare battery. Okay? Now you're not done yet. So you're going to flip it back over. And you're going to put your bottom piece back on. Again, it just lines up like this. Perfectly fine. And then you're going to put your 4 screws back in here. Like this. And tighten them down. Shouldn't have thrown them so far over there on the paper. Lost my background. Okay, here, like this. Got all 4 screws in there. Screw them down tight. So they're nice and tight. And then once you get them all down tight, you're going to mount it back up on the wall. Your new cowling housing will be on properly, and you'll be back in business charging for more years to come the correct way without the broken clips. They'll be flush, they'll be tight, they'll be strong, and it'll work absolutely perfect. So that's how you change the plastic housing cowling with the spring tension clips, the plastic clips on the Keeler non-SlimLine binocular indirect. Thank you for watching.